All right, we're live again. Welcome back to everyone to the channel. Nemo and Dibbelz, second live on a Sunday morning. How you going, Dibbelz?
Yeah, good mate. I'm keen to. Yeah, it's a nice time slot, I think, just to wrap up the week and not only to talk about how we're going, but also to see how everyone else is doing and if we can maybe help out a few people wrap up their weeks. I think like one of the things on a Sunday is like, oh, how's your projected going? How many, maybe some captain choices as well. Who should I take? Most people would have maybe taken Dacos perhaps, but we'll get into that over the next hour or so. How about
Yeah,
you?
for sure. Yeah, good mate, good. Looking at my team, I kind of had an idea that my team would regress this week. I didn't think it would be a strong week for my team. And then honestly, I think my team's doing better than I thought, but still, even then, I think we're going to fall back a little bit. What's a little bit disappointing, but we'll see how we
Yep.
go. I actually don't know how. Like maybe I just calculated or worked things out wrong, but um, I think there's plenty of news from over the weekend. Some more injury carnage for maybe some players that were pretty keen to go, like a Brent Daniels or someone like that.
Yes,
Um,
yes. His role was so good, but unfortunately, yeah, it was his knee perhaps or ankle or something. It's just his run of luck is just
it's
yeah,
horrible,
it's
and
unfortunate.
he's looking good too. Like he had a good role and he was playing good footy, but he's really important to GWS. Like I think he's important for people that own Ash and who own Whitfield as well. I think just
Yep,
because of the knock on effect of it. But we'll see.
yep,
I'm still pretty high on Ash even if he plays midfield. But
yeah.
um, I might get stuck into to looking at our teams first and seeing how. Hopefully, yeah, thank you for everyone that's joined so far. Hopefully, you guys have got a coffee and um, ready for an action-packed
Yes,
morning
I'll
of
I'll,
some
I'll mix
good
my
shit.
coffee up, shall I?
Yeah, let's
Shall I
let's
go?
have a suss of this. Oh, you've got a full
I'm
brew
not
going.
gonna be able to do coffee art because my coffee art's shit, but you can get the Essendon jumper in there as well. So here we are, guys.
Man of many talents.
There we go. That should be enough. I usually prefer, yeah, strong coffee with a little bit of milk, but there you go. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cheers to everyone that's
And
joining.
absolutely.
I actually
Let's get it. Go ahead, mate. Sorry.
I just went to the cafe and got someone to make my one. There's no way I'm doing that, but um, let's have a look. We'll have a look
Yes,
at
let's suss it out, man.
I run through my team and sort of what's happened so far. Honestly, my projection is just below 2,000, so 1,981. Not that I read
Yep.
too much into projections, but to be honest, I actually don't know. I feel like looking around at the other teams, and maybe some of the viewers can let us know what they're sort of thinking about, like what they're projected to score. But I feel like there's a lot of teams that are going to be scoring above 2,050 sort of range. So I think I'm a little bit off the pace, but um, I actually don't know how I'm so far off because I feel like all of my sort of um,
Big Tommy, evening. Ah,
big Tommy. Oh,
good morning from us, mate, and good evening to you.
ho-
Cheers.
Tommy, hopefully Tommy doesn't have a coffee. Maybe he's got something a bit stronger just
Might have a body soda or something.
to end his Sunday evening. But all my pods have done pretty well. Like Worrell 115 last night.
Were you
Uh,
watching the Blues game yesterday?
yeah, yeah. I swear George Hewitt played better than 110. He was.
Mate, two
I got
goals in the first quarter. I was thinking if as soon
robbed.
as as soon as he scored his second goal, I'm like, oh my god, Nemo must be like just loving this. I thought he was going to score a lot better than that.
I swear he was robbed. Like I don't know how the scaling sort of works and stuff like that, but man, like when the game was kind of on the
Oh,
line,
when the game was in the
he did it
balance,
all.
absolutely. Hmm,
And then he's kicked
agreed.
two goals, had like 10 touches in the first quarter, and then he's like level with Paddy Cripps is great, but I don't know if he was anyway. But someone like that. Oliver's done 118. Lockie Neal only scored 94. He's starting to piss me off a little bit, but my pods are doing okay.
Do I see Ed
Ugh,
Richards in your team? I do see Ed Richards in your team. So you didn't pull the
yeah,
trigger on that one.
no. I went the conservative route, and I was going to go Ed to John Newcomb, but
Yep.
because of I decided that I need to have Naz. Like if I brought in my other option was going to bring in McCarthy,
Yep.
um, And I feel like I'm lucky I didn't pull the trigger this week on sort of like a discounted premium, because I feel like they all have done fairly poorly.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing, unless you sort of brought in the GWS boys, but the other guys have been pretty poor. So
Yeah.
that's how we're looking. We're looking at 1981. Brody
Mate.
Grundy is starting to worry me a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of. I'm actually not that worried, but it's just annoying that he scored low.
Mm.
Um, I think you'd be
Yep.
right though. What about yourself, mate? Let's have a look at your team.
Yeah. I think I think I could potentially share my screen, but try and see if you can suss. I think rivalry may not. It may not do the live score, but hopefully you can. If not, I might be able to share my screen because I think there's a
Yeah,
presenting feature here. Mate, we're rookies, mate. We're just getting used to this live stuff, so
I
bear with
know.
us.
Bear with the technical difficulties.
Oh, we got how's that name?
That's atrocious.
That's unreal.
But
Um,
shout out to him though, because he did give us a shout out in Supercoach Edge about this live stream on Friday night.
oh, sick hunt. I love
So
that.
thank you
That's
for that.
awesome. What's his comment here? Oh, BJ Williams, 67, thrash pit net, constantly flying over top of him, kicked 2 goals. Yeah, that's unreal. I think it was DR was commenting a lot about that, like through on X, saying the scoring for that was just like insane, like the disparity. But when obviously he's put it that way, like how does it even make sense?
I reckon the ruckman like Bailey Williams are tricky because he grabs a lot out of the air as well. But then he's basically just going to get a rush kick off, right? Like his clearance is just going to
Yeah,
be a rush kick. So there's always that chance that he just turns it over a lot. But then when those kicks pay off, he scores huge, you know?
man,
Um,
he's kicked 2 goals and the hit outs. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably more to do with if I'm giving it a guess, it's probably to do more with the fact that West Coast got pumped.
yeah, true.
But even so, like who was West Coast top Supercoach scorer? Harley with a 90.
Yeah, this is rough. So he did go at 64%, but he got scaled minus 20.
Wow, from what? Their disposal efficiency or with free kicks against, perhaps? Has he got
He's
any
only
FAs?
just one.
Oh, that's rough, man. That's very rough. And you got some of these players in the West Coast team. Duggan 66. You know, you put Duggan's, you know, line against Bailey Williams, like or BJ Williams, like man, like that's not fair.
Yeah,
Sorry to all the BJ Williams owners out there.
he's looking like a good. I actually was thinking about getting Bailey Williams for a bit there. I still pretty solid on Bailey Williams. I think he'll still go okay. I wouldn't be too worried. Um, but yeah, definitely a down game.
Yeah.
How's your are you able to
My
share your
team?
screen or
Yeah, I
yeah?
think so, man. I think I might click present again. Bear with us, guys, because the first time me and Nemo were doing this sort of shit. So, um, share screen, share screen,
Oh, this coffee is
allow share
scalding hot.
screen,
Oh,
allow share screen. That's not the right screen. Which one? What can you see at your end? Can you see anything? Actually, no.
no,
Cancel.
I've
It
got
hasn't
nothing
changed
on
yet,
mine.
has it?
No.
Bear with us, guys. Share screen.
This is my one that I've got up.
Allow to share window. Maybe I think share window would be better. Show windows. This is not interesting viewing.
No, I've probably got something on my end that I need to do, but I actually just have no idea how to sort it out. Like,
Actually, if I move 1 sec, mate. Share this window. Yes. Did that work?
I
Do you have to maybe accept it as the host that I'm sharing this particular screen? There
bang.
we go, mate. We are fucking cooking, man. We are pros. All right. So I'm just a bit excited about the simple stuff. All right, mate. So I'm currently 2051 projected. If I click plus, it'll go to the live scores. Yeah. So for me, my week, Blakey, trash, and he's probably the only one that's really underscored. To be honest, Whitfield solid. Houston got lucky with Houston because they pumped Richmond, obviously, so you're not going to score that every week. Now, interesting because I put Edwards going back a couple of days, I had Edwards as my E, and he scored 81. I actually had Banks in my team. So pretend that Wanganeen Miller is Banks. I had it as Banks. I'm like, I'll just take a cheap option. And then when he scored the 81, I'm like, you know what? I'll just take the 81. I don't need to get Banks in. So I reversed that trade. So I took the 81 effectively. In terms of other scorers, Heaney 125, Dawson 124. You don't have these boys, do you? So I think,
Nah.
is it these two that you have? Don't have? Yeah, but you got other good players too. Butters, good. Dacos VC took that. Callahan 103. I don't know why he doesn't have any spike scores, but it is what it is. Welsh bounce back game. Spont on the bench. So got LDU and Sharp to come today. Cherry, I kept. I thought 1 to 2 weeks I'm not going to trade him out, although the role's really trash. I'll just keep him because I'm not going to waste trades.
Yeah.
And then Sheezy, he'll score really well today against the Dons. Horn Francis 112, really good. Track to come, Pickett by. Does I traded in. Pods, obviously not named, coming 82. So with my trades, I was going to just do the one trade, which was going to be Henry to Does, and I left it at that. Then this morning I got up and I was like looking through the scores and the teams, and I'm like, oh, we're back to 2 trades next week. So in my mind, I'm like, I saw Herbert from West Coast got like an 80 or something, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to try and get him in next week potentially if I can as a downgrade. But then if I want to do an upgrade next week, like I always was going to get Naz, but then I want to get a forward as well, and I'm going to look at getting Rowan Marshall, which I can speak to in a little bit, but as my last forward. But I thought I'd only have 2 trades, so effectively, I'll finish my ramble. Effectively wanted to do 3 trades next week with 2 trades. I'm like, that's not possible. So I went early on Sinclair to Naz. Now, the only thing that'll fuck me here is if Naz is like a laid out or pulls his calf at training, and then I'm really screwed. But I think I'll just take the chance. I got the 6 trades left.
Yeah, nice. I don't mind that. I think if you're going to go early on something like that, then it's still pretty. You'd have to be really unlucky, to sort of for that not to pay off. But I feel like your score is kind of like the on-par score, right, for this round, like around that sort of 2050 sort of range.
Yep. Yeah, we're keen to hear. We got 8 people in the chat. I'd be keen to hear. I think one of them's me, so there might be 7. So I'm on my phone as well.
Yeah, nice.
So if there's 7 people in the chat, I'd be keen to hear what are you guys projected for the week. And I think I'll probably stop sharing my screen because that's me done there. And then you maybe flick back over to yours, man.
There we go. I feel there's a lot of people going with Banks that are feeling the pain this week. Well, feeling the pain on the Sunday.
Oh man, I feel for him, man, because if Edwards didn't score that 81, that would have been me as well.
I don't feel for him. I don't feel for him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to tell you this during the week. Do not go him. Do not go Banks. I was trying to say if you're gonna go anyone, if you're gonna take a risk on a cheap player, Durham was the one for me. Like go Durham. But
yeah,
I get really scared about going any sort of player that's like I don't know much about Banks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know his first name. But so I'm just gonna call him Banks.
You just take it to the bank, mate. That's what.
Yeah,
that's take it.
If I don't know his first name and he plays for the worst team in the league, I'm not bringing him in. All right.
Actually, even though it seems like you're bigger on Does, yeah, same first name, mate. Sam, the Sams, the cheap Sams. Well,
it's just like I'm just not ever bringing in someone like that. Like sort of, his scoring just with Richmond being so bad, like it's just we got another projection score, so 2038 from Cheeseburger Pockete going, mate, by the way.
That's pretty good, I reckon. You know what? I reckon that's on par to your point, Nemo. But I've seen some shocking scores as well out there from a projected perspective. Like I've seen some 1500s and 1600s, and I don't know if that's just because ghost teams that are in some of my classic leagues that are just given up, and maybe that is the case. But it very well may also be people that have really had a really shit round because they got Bailey Smith, Holmes, Naz, and I can keep going on forever and a day about the round 16 buy players, but yeah, they might be really set up really poorly for round 16.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of my team is badly set up for it. I'm honestly just hoping not to drop out of the top 500. If I can stay in the top 500, I'd be all right. But I feel like I'm going to lose maybe 100 to 150 points on the guys around me. Like a lot of them. There's a few players around me that are going to score similar, but there's also a lot of teams that are scoring. There's a guy, like I've seen a few guys projected over 2,200, and I'm not going to get anywhere near that. I don't actually still don't know how. Like looking at my team, I don't know how. Like I feel like my guys have performed pretty well. I've been pretty happy with.
Flick plus on. You got plus, yeah? Can you flick plus on?
This is yeah.
Yeah. Who's scored poorly?
Basically only my rookies. So I've had my rookies in Kahan score 61, Anand score 40, but I'm probably not going to take it. Herbert scored 80. And then I haven't had a score below 90 apart from that. Like I've had Neil score 94, Ash 93, Grundy 90, and then everyone else has turned up. And then somehow I'm miles behind.
You know, it'd be good for you for today if Murphy Reed and Tuke Miller give a really nice score for you. That would be really helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. This Parker one, I'm so close to. I've only he might not be in my team.
You're gonna reverse it?
Oh, I don't know. There's a chance. I just having you in there is kind of making me feel a little bit sick. But
mate, against the Dons today, he'll ruin them, mate. He'll absolutely ruin them. So yeah.
But I'm
we got what another projected there.
What have we got? 2012. Yeah, so he's got a lot of primos out as well.
Shit, that's a lot of primos out.
He got?
That's
7.
pretty good. That's pretty good. Considering the outs.
I think I've got.
What do I call this person? I'll just call him MDH. MDH is pretty good.
I think his name's. I'm pretty sure his actual name is Jonas because I've watched the Edge live stream enough that they just refer to him as Jonas. So
yeah,
but he is a good man. He did give us a good shout out. So
cheers to you, mate.
Yeah,
thank you, MDH, Jonas.
I've got. Pahadsky not playing is a little bit annoying, but he kicked 4 goals in the VFL. I reckon he'll probably come back. But then again, Collingwood had a win.
You watching the track, mate? You're all over it,
mate. I love watching the VFL. I'm all over the VFL. It's actually they're playing pretty good footy.
Did you? I watched the Blues Werribee game before before the Blues game. That actually was a really good game, really close.
I should probably go to a couple now that I'm back in Melbourne. I should go have a look. Big Tom, 1997. Feels unlikely, yeah. Currently on 15. Man, my team's the same. I don't think I'll get to my projection either.
I still think it'll be half decent. Like, yeah, maybe I'm a bit more optimistic than you are, Nemo, but I think the 1950, 2050 would not be too bad. I think it'll be about par. So it's not that far off par. But I think for you personally, where you're ranked, I can see why you're worried because you think you're expecting to fall. But you even said that during your video this week that you're expecting to fall. So it's not a surprise.
I know. I just didn't want to.
But you still
I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall back too far. I don't want to fall back too far. Like I'll bring in Naz next week. Like that's the plan. And that's why I could have made a couple of trades to improve my projection by 100 points. Yep. But it's kind of like I think the trades that I make next week will eat up those 100 points. So
yeah, I think mate, the score disparity from now, like I always think that, like, and do you watch Shorty Supercoach much?
Nah, not really. But I have watched him in the past, but not really.
Yeah, he's had 2 massive rank jumps the last 2 weeks. Like, you think he's gone up by 10k? Like he was like at round numbers. I'm just guessing. I think he came from like 35k, went 25k, then 15k, like in 2 weeks. And I'm like, fuck, that's really, really good. But also the fact that I just didn't think that by scoring disparity would be that far because it's best 18 scoring. Like, how bad can someone do versus how good can someone do and how much the difference could be? Clearly, the difference can be a lot. But I'm really keen to see how round 17, 18, 19, 20, the separation between people that, have either not traded well during the buys or have the buys have helped them versus the people that have a better setup team, such as yourself. I think you'll start to see a bit of, the good will be separated from the bad, pretty much, is my point.
Yeah, I think with my team, I think my team's almost exactly how I'd want it. It's just not having Heaney and Dawson for the rest of the season. My season's basically just going to depend on those 2 players and how they go.
Yeah. In terms of the mids? That obviously, I know you're wanting to get those 2 boys, but your M7 and M8, like, who are they? And then they're obviously the ones that are going up against your Heaney's and Dawson's. But even so, like the other people's midfields might not be as good as yours too. Like yours is pretty good, man. It's solid.
Yeah, my whole team's going to be is premium next week as soon as I get Naz. So I'm going to go Dirks into Naz, just a straight swap.
Yep.
And
Love
then it'll basically
Upgrade.
it'll just leave my team. It'll leave my team fully, fully primo. The two primos I have to come in next week are Bailey Smith and Ed Richards.
Yep.
I've got the
Good to
three
see
big
Good
rucks.
to see Worrell was feeling better this week.
Yeah, far out, man. Worrell is one of those players that I'm even more confident in now that Mark Keane is back, because he doesn't have to lock down as much. He plays as like a proper defender when Keane's not there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Worrell now,
being out was nice as well.
yeah, I actually really like Worrell in the sort of spot he's in. Let's have a look. We got another comment from Freaky Flute. Got some funky names going on.
Love it.
Hey lads, Sunday morning
Spice it up.
stream. I know, how good's a Sunday morning? I feel like it's a good time to have the stream. Ranked top 3K, projected 1931. So that makes me a little bit happier. Gorm, Bont, Holmes, Pickett, and holding Archie Roberts, and 400K between Dirks and to Naz. So he's doing the same thing as me.
Trade to you.
Yeah. Nah, nice. Good rank as well.
That's a good rank. And I think holding Archie Roberts, chef's kiss, mate. Round 18, he's back. So that's 1 or 2 trades saved at your end for that one. Good job.
Yeah, far out. Let's have a look. We got another comment who's shared his rank. So Jonas is ranked 195. God damn.
Holy shit.
But we'll definitely drop this week. He's going to drop this week, and he's scoring 2,050. That makes me just feel like, man, I'm going to be out of the top 1,000. But could have done Parker, but waiting on Naz. Team name Shorty's Supercoach Tug Tour.
Mate, this guy's obsessed with.
Mate.
Obsessed with just his lower ridge, mate. I love it though. I love the spice. But that's a great rank, mate.
He loves a Sunday morning session. The old masturbate.
Different type of session, mate.
Different type of session. Am I spelling this wrong? Oh no, here he is. Here, his name's Ben, man. So
maybe it's Ben Jonas.
I mean,
maybe he's one of the Jonas brothers.
Yeah, but yeah,
I don't know how he wasn't capping about the rank. That's really good.
I'll add it to rivalry as well. Now that I've unlocked now that I've discovered this new rivalry feature, I'm just jumping on everyone's rivalries. Let's have a look at Ben's team. Well, good rank, man.
Yeah, let's have a suss. Obviously, this will be pre-trades this week, but I'll be interested to see how he is set up.
You know what I don't understand is how teams are scoring better than mine,
but
they have like a premium that hasn't done well, like a Blakey. Like, so he has Blakey. I feel like that's a huge hit to take, like in a round of 18. But I suppose most teams must have a lot more premiums than me playing. I don't know how this is possible. Like, I look at my team and I'm like, they're performing like really well, and
you had Nick VC took him, I assume.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, I took Nick VC. But yeah, unreal rank.
So let's have a suss of his team. Yeah, so he's got. Yeah, it's pretty solid. He's got the Riley Thilthorpe as well. I think he went pretty well this week, if not mistaken.
Yeah.
Good old Riley, nice little pod there. He's got his midfield full. He's got a full midfield and he's got Butters and Flex, so he's gone an extra primo mid, which is interesting. I don't mind that.
He's got what is he?
Unless
No,
he's got Ison and Hawkeye. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's good. It's a really good team and clearly really strong rank as well.
It's very similar to my team, to be fair.
Yep.
Like a lot of teams are going to be so similar towards this back end of the season, right?
Geordie Clark. Fuck. Oh my god. I can't believe I had Geordie Clark in Houston like pretty much all year. It's been the most frustrating thing ever.
That's why he's done so well. He doesn't have Holmes or Naz, so he's bringing in Holmes and Naz next week for Dirksen and Perez.
Yeah, right. Who's this? Jason.
Jace is
Hello from Orange County, projected 2059. Going to get into top 6K this week, highest rank ever, never finished in top 50K. Well, firstly, Jason, thanks for dialing in from Cali. I don't even know what time it is over there, but nice to see you have dialed in. Nice projected, and yeah, really strong rank as well. So good. If you never finished in top 50K, you're doing really well. Good job. It's awesome.
I'm so jealous of the weather that they'd be getting over there at the moment. It's so hot in America at the moment. I miss the heat. I'm moving down to Melbourne. That's been the hardest thing for me, is getting used to there being just like waking up and there being like frost on my car window. Like, why does anyone live here? I don't know why anyone lives here.
Oh, mate. Yeah, not for the faint-hearted.
But freaky flute, this week I was torn between Hewitt and Dawson and paid up for Dawson, so I wouldn't jinx Hewitt for you, Nemo. Brother, I seen so many people start to talk about Hewitt now. Dead set, it's really getting to me. Like, I actually feel like I own George Hewitt. Like, I don't want anyone else to have him. Like,
yeah.
But
can you, out of curiosity, mate, can you, off the back of that comment, could you go to players and just suss his current ownership? I'd love to see it. Because he was at 0.00 fucking when you picked him up. I think there was 500 coaches in the country that had him when you traded him in.
And then, how do I look at this stuff?
Go summary, man.
Summary.
Yeah, and then it should be scroll down.
So traded in, we had 891.
Yeah, here.
So still in 0%.
Still, yeah. Wait, okay.
How does that even work? How can there be 891 traded
maybe
in?
Maybe that's the old. Yeah, maybe that's the old. That's the old stats from last week. So he'd be. Yeah, what 1,000 something? Yeah, he's still pretty low. He's still your boy, man. He's still your boy. But yeah, people are chatting about him, man. Don't let anyone take ownership of you, mate. That's your boy.
That's my boy. I'm gonna start as this sort of progresses. I'm gonna start to have my boys, and they're just untouchables. No one else is allowed to trade them. If I get onto them first, no one else can trade them.
Your team name next year has to be George Hewitt's Warriors. Or
mate, me and George Hewitt are like this. We are like this. But with to Freaky's point, to be honest, if I had the money, I would have bought Dawson. Like, Dawson is the better pick. Like, the reality, like, Dawson will score more points than Hewitt. I'd be pretty confident in that. But in terms of like money reasons for my team,
if money wasn't a thing, I get it.
Yeah, I had to go George Hewitt. So,
but to be fair, if you went Geordie D, like when you got Hewitt in, say as an example, I don't know, it would have been maybe $120,000 difference. You may not have been able to get Naz now, because you're planning to get obviously Dirks up to Naz. Like, you may not have been able to afford it. I don't know. Like, I'm not a mathematician, but it's probably set you up now to go that cheaper option. And the scoring's not too dissimilar.
Yeah, I hope so. And then I wouldn't be able to get Naz this week. And there's this trade, like I said, he's going Dirksen and Perez to Holmes and Naz, what is just unreal trades. Like, you're not going to regret either of those. Probably bringing in D1 and D2, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot to. Here we go. Click list, field and history on your team page. Click percentage, click teams. Oh yeah, you can do that on your team. Yep. Thanks, MDH or Ben.
List on your team page and then percentage of
history, field history, and team like percentage and teams. Is that you have an option up there at the top? Now go back to the list.
I'm even more confused.
And then from there, like, so if you go from there, click the plus up, and then is there a percentage of teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one, MDH. What's Hewitt on?
He's my least selected player. 0.3%.
And he's your favourite.
Mate, that's my man. That's my man. Oh gosh, thanks for that. What have we got? Hi guys,
Tony.
Low on cash. Thinking Rowan Marshall with TDK out as a budget F6. Maybe you should talk to this, because you.
Yeah, I will. All right. Yes. So, if anyone watched from a couple of videos ago for me, and I've spoken to you about it as well, I was planning on taking F6. And that was my play because money was running out and trades were running out. Now, with the TDK injury this week, so he's broken 2 ribs, he's fractured his, he's fractured 2 ribs and he's punctured his lung. Similar to Petrarca, I think less severe than Petrarca. I'm just waiting on the injury report. I've been sort of refreshing every sort of day on news for TDK. He's clearly going to be out for a couple of weeks at the very minimum. He I'm assuming, I'm not a doctor, but he may be out for the rest of the season or close to. Let's arguably say he's 4 to 6 weeks. Roll Marshall's 420,000 thereabouts. He goes back to being the number one ruck. I think as number one ruck, he's probably 110 or being even considered 105 lock. That's top six forward. So he did have a shoulder/collarbone concern. Romo did in a game just recently, but with the week off, I think he'll be okay. So I'm thinking about that exact thing, Tony. I'm thinking about going Edwards from my defense, going up to Romo, and then I've got Reedy in my forward line and ZZ. So I pretty much put ZZ for my ruck to my defense through DPP, then put Reedy from my forward to my ruck, and then bring Romo in as my F6. And I think that should hold me in good stead, because I think if he gets 4 to 6 weeks out of his number one ruck, that's great. And also, I don't think that many people would be in a position where, not so much that in a position to afford him, more the fact that, do they have enough trades? So, like, if you have 1 or 2 trades left, are you going to waste it on Romo in round 17? Maybe not. You're probably going to wait for a season-ending injury. So it might be a good point of difference. I like it, Tony. I like it. And as it currently stands, unless someone does their ACL today on the Sunday games, I think I'm going to roll with that. What do you think about that, Nemo?
No, I love it. I think if TDK is out for an extended period of time, I might also consider just bringing in Marshall as a sideways trade for someone, like, depending on how Tuke Miller does today or something like that. I might even just sideways and take the risk. I think he's 100 guaranteed if he's number one ruck. My issue would just be the longevity of him playing in the side. But in terms of, like, the role, if TDK comes back, if he comes back in 2 or 3 weeks, I wouldn't make the trade. But if it's like a long period, I'd possibly do it.
Yeah, the risk is so we got 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. If I count that correctly, I went pretty quick, but 7 rounds, 8 rounds, 8 rounds. So if he's like 4 to 6 in the injury report, you're like, I probably would still do it. It's just the fact that at the back end, just expect that Romo in the last 2 to 3 rounds is going to drop back down to 70s and 80s. But I guess over the course of the 8 rounds, is he going to be a top 6 forward? Most likely. And even when TDK comes back, if he comes back, what's his health? Is he going to be up doing in the rucks and doing those, they're basically smacking into each other now, given the new rules. So is he even going to, or is they going to swap? So, for example, is TDK going to play maybe 80% forward and then 20% ruck, just to save himself? And you know what, Saints, where are Saints at in the ladder? Are they gunning for finals? I'm sure they would be.
They'd be around the wild card sort of spots.
So yeah, I like it. What did Tommy say?
Big Tommy brought in Hewitt this week. He's one of the 0.3%, and he also got in Luke Parker a couple of weeks ago. So that was pretty good. I think, that was nice. And even Hewitt, Tommy, mate, we're going to have to ride. We're going to be the outsiders with Georgie Hewitt. But I think, keep the faith, mate. Keep the faith. He's just to me, he's going to just churn out tons. Like, Carlton have a really good run as well. Like, if you have a look at Carlton's run, you can make an argument they could win. If they got a Hawks game that could be a little bit of trouble. Obviously, the Hawks are really good, but apart from that, like, who knows with Carlton? Like, I might jump on the Carlton bandwagon. They might win the flag this year. Like, they got Brisbane. That's tough. That's 3-0 as well. So maybe their run's not as good as I look. But you look in the next few weeks, they got West Coast, Richmond. Hawks is going to be tough, but then Collingwood, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Saints, Bulldogs, and Freo all in Melbourne. So they don't travel for the rest of the year. I really like George Hewitt as a pick. I just think if you're looking and struggling for someone that was as cheap as he was to try, basically, I just think he's going to churn out hundreds. I think that's a pretty good pick.
Yep, agreed.
And Parker, for me, I brought him in, but I still have zero confidence, like absolutely zero confidence in him.
Right? So what? It's where? What's the time now? 10:34. 3:15's kickoff. What's the chances he's in your team? Come like kickoff, like the bounce goes, using it, what percentage likelihood is still in your side? What do you give it?
He'll be in my side, almost 90, 95%. The reason why he will be is because my rookie that I would have to take, what I would do is, what the plan that I had was to take Parker out and to just bring Sinclair back in.
Yep.
And then go Sinclair to Wilkie next week. Because I think Wilkie's a better pick than Parker. But the problem is I would have to take an on-field score from Anand. And Anand scored 40. So it could cost me 60 points, and that's just a lot of points for Wilkie to make up over the rest of the year. So I'm just going to go Parker.
Yeah.
But let's have a Freaky Flute's gone craziest year I can recall. Scored 2,366 in round one, and I've beaten that score twice. Highest weekly rank of 4622, and I'm ranked 3K. Honestly, makes no sense. Yeah, it's been a wild year. I was miles off the pace to start the year. Like, if you guys have a look at my history, so I scored 2,000. So I was after 4 rounds, I was ranked 30,000 or 31,000, and then that's where I've got 3 scores in the top 200, or 3 scores in the top 400, and 2 in the top 200 that have really sort of
those big weeks just projected you really highly.
Those big weeks have really sort of shot me up through the ranks. If it wasn't for those weeks, I'd be in a bit of strife. But it's good to see that even if you do start slow, and I had a few, we've gone through in the last live how weird some of my sort of starting picks was. But yeah, I've been able to make it up. Should we look at each game? Just go through each game and let's get the talking points from each round. So we started off with the Lions in Sydney on the Thursday. What was actually a pretty good game in terms of having the Lions bounce back.
Yep.
So Will Ashcroft, 138. He was unbelievable.
Yep, it's 2 weeks in a row now.
What would you think about going someone like that as sort of like a pod sort of midfielder, I suppose?
Yeah, I think if Brisbane are rolling, he's rolling. Bit similar to a lot of the other dudes as well, like Zach Bailey. Zach Bailey's probably been more consistent than Will, though, to be fair. But look at that price, man, like 468 to pump out, massive scores. What did he go at Richmond? What did he go against Richmond? It was not that high. Maybe his fantasy was higher, but
151 against Richmond.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see that. I'm sorry, I thought it was 101. There you go. Oh, beautiful, mate. Sorry, I got vision issues. I should have my glasses on. But yeah, I like it, and yeah, again, as we're dwindling down trades, he's probably a nice little pod. And those that have held him, repay the faith, which is great. What do you think about Will?
Not for me. I think he can be, like, if I was picking between Will and, I think there's players around his price that are better, but I think Will has the highest, like, ceiling. Obviously, Will's a gun. Like, he's a superstar.
It's a bit of a Katy Perry, though, hot and cold, yeah?
Yeah, a bit of a Katy Perry, I think. I don't think he's going to... I'd rather go someone like George Hewitt, but that's just me. Zach Bailey, he's looked really good. Like, he's looked...
I'm getting FOMO from him in the forward line. Like, yeah.
He's one that's making me eat my words, because I was really not flash on Zach Bailey. Even when... you know what? I'm still not optimistic that he's going to do badly, but I just think once McCluggage comes back, I think his role will diminish again, and then he sort of goes back to that sort of... I think when he has midfield minutes, it stabilizes his scoring a little bit. Like, it makes him a little bit more consistent.
Yep.
When he's forward, he can have those really big games and have those sort of shockers as well. So, yeah, he's an interesting... I wish he's probably a better option than Tuke Miller, to be fair. So that was probably a stupid shot about me. Dunkley back to form with 110. He's super cheap. Super cheap.
Very potty.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be going there, but I just think his role's a funny one as well. Like, he kind of just is playing as a negating player, very similar to George Hewitt, but just doesn't seem to score as well. He doesn't go forward and kick goals either, like George Hewitt does. Like, George Hewitt seems to go forward and nab a few goals. I'm comparing everyone to George Hewitt, by the way. Levi Ashcroft is... I don't
use the benchmark.
No one's really going Levi, right? Jasper Fletcher, probably not.
It's Lockie's first score for the year, Jasper.
This is the most nervous pick that the one that worries me the most in my team.
Lockie
is yeah, because it's almost like he picks when he wants to rock up. Like, he in the big games, he'll be like, yeah, all right. Like, I'm here to play. But he never cashes in against the really poor sides. And the issue is in those big games, he always gets the attention. Like they always
Yeah.
send him the attention. He's just
Mm-hmm.
it's the game needs to be like red hot for Lockie Neal to be like, yeah, right, I'm gonna take over. But
Yep.
unless like against, mind you, he played a good game in this game. Like I thought he played really well and got scored poorly, but in games like against Richmond, he was just like,
Yep.
I don't have to do this. Like I don't want to play in
Yeah.
Tasmania. Like I'm 35 years old, like two-time Brownlow medalist, I'm not playing here.
Yep.
Like so, Sam Draper played really well. He dominated that ruck battle against Grundy. Looked really good, but he just doesn't score as well. And I think now with Marshall, who else is any like I don't know if any of these other players are really
No
super.
one on Brisbane, I don't think. Nah. Over
Oh,
on the Sydney side though. I'll go ahead, mate.
Wilmot was an option for a lot of players to go. We got a comment from Big Tommy. One trade left. All of my trades recently have focused on having DPP throughout my team. That way, I can at least move around injured, omitted players easier than most teams I've seen. Yeah, I like having the DPP is a funny one. Like I think a lot of teams can sort of over plan for DPPs. I'd be interested to see Tommy's team. I'm not saying that Tommy's team's like that, but I feel like you got to have the right players, and then the DPP is just like a bonus. That's what I try to work out. But what about you? Like, is your team set up well for DPP wise?
It's actually more DPPs are more on my bench. If I'm being honest, it's not more like I didn't trade Sammy Durham in this week because he's mid forward. I traded him because it was just a good price. So I don't really look at trade-ins with more DPP. It's more if I got like two rookies around the same price, they score around the same, I'll always pick the DPP, and then eventually your team is then full of DPPs on the bench where you can swap them around. So not something I would value too highly, but I think to Tommy's point, if he's done it throughout the year, then he can start moving some players around. And say a Durham, for example, if he gets a midfield injury, he can flick Durham up. And then depending on the price of certain players, like we spoke about Rowan Marshall, he's at a really good price. So you might go, okay, I can't afford a George Hewitt, say, because George Hewitt's going to be 480 or whatever George Hewitt's on, but I can't afford a Romo, so therefore I'm going to swap and make that change. So it does help, but I think I value more just the probably that scoring potential and getting people at a good price and not worrying too much about it. But hopefully Tommy's set up for success for the next 8 rounds. Fingers crossed for him.
Yeah, and then we got Cheeseburger Pockets asking if there's been any news in terms of Sinclair and potential timeline.
No, I haven't seen anything solid from St Kilda. They've just said long term. Whatever long term means, I would be guessing that if you're wanting to hold Sinclair this week, well, a lot of people may be holding him to just see, obviously, more your Naz and Holmes trade him to them, so that's good. Tuesday injury report comes out, so if you can wait and hold on to Sinclair until the Tuesday injury report to see what comes up, happy days. I'm going to guess that it would be round 20, round 21, round 22. I don't think it would be earlier than that. Sinclair's a professional. He's been really durable up until now, so I'm sure that whatever recovery timeframe they put out, I'm sure he'll stick to it and probably won't extend out. But I'm assuming bad calf 4 to 6.
Yeah,
4 to 6 for him. It seemed like really bad, so I think maybe more towards that 6. So yeah, you haven't had anything on Sinclair, have you?
Nah, but like there's calves, man. Like even a minor calf is 3 weeks really. Like it never really sort of is less than a 3-weeker for a calf, and I just don't think.
Well, look at McGluggage, man. Like he's had, I think 3 this year, so it keeps coming back.
Yeah, they're tricky. Like they always linger, so I just think he's gonna miss an extended period of footy if I had to guess. Like I'd be very surprised if it's less than 5 or 6
like
weeks.
If yeah, exactly right. And look, the Saints might be at that 11, 12 slot on the ladder. I'm not sure where they're at now, but then you go, okay, let's get Sinclair back, let's get TDK back, let's try and get us a red hot crack and try and get in the top 10, no doubt. But I don't know. It's too hard to tell, to be honest. But yeah, I'm thinking at least 6 without having any facts to back us up at this stage. But your injury reports come out Tuesday.
Masturbator saying that Laddams will be back out for McLean, who kicked 6 in the VFL. I agree. I actually thought it was. I don't know what it is with McLean. I want the Bulldogs to go get McLean. He's a good
Mm,
competitor.
mm,
You know, he
good shout.
and this is why I wasn't that worried about um, Grundy, because I actually am happy that it happened now, and Sydney got to look at it. You know, Sydney got to look at playing Grundy and Laddams together. It's not going to work. You
Yeah,
know,
first
so
time this season actually. Yeah.
just go back to what made Grundy the best ruckman in the league,
Yep.
and the reason why you're like 12-2 or whatever you are,
Yep.
instead of changing shit up like this. I don't know why they like. I just get it out the way. It doesn't work. Bring McLean back
He
in.
had a week off last week as well, Grundy. Like, 'cause with the bye, like, why are we double rucking? They
Yeah,
lost,
I don't.
and it shows they lost. So I understand Brisbane double ruck, but yeah, to your point, whatever makes you successful, keep rolling with that. Don't fix what's not broken.
And this game is a really. I think it's a little bit skewed. I'm not that worried about Grundy. He gave away 5 free kicks, so he gave away 5 of those crossing the line free kicks in the ruck contest. And I seen somewhere he lost 28 points, I think it was, or 29 points
Yep.
through negative things that happened in Supercoach. So, and he still scored 90.
Frustrating, man. That's frustrating.
So
Yeah.
it's frustrating, but to me that's a good sign. Like I'm just
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
worried about. I'm not worried about Grundy. Like he's going to be. I still think he's a 110 plus sort of guy. So, and it's so hard
Yeah.
to find those players. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Agree.
I'm not
But
worried
with
at all.
other options such as Cherry and DCAM, like what a DCAM score. I don't even know what DCAM. If you want to go to some of the next games, if you like, mate, flick it across. But yeah, the other
Yeah,
ruckmen just aren't as good, man. They're just
I
not
think
as good.
Cameron turned up yesterday though.
Did he?
Oh no, only 86. Gosh.
Yeah, trash.
Well, there you go. So
Imagine you went him like I just generally like imagine anyone that went him about 3 4 weeks ago thinking yeah really good buy. Nope.
yeah, it's looking rough. Let's have a look at Big Tommy. Big Tommy with DPP. I think you have to go all out and do it properly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough. Yep.
yeah, I agree. I have the best 3 defensive mids. Naz, Parker, Holmes, team
Yeah,
name.
love that. Big
Big Drum.
drum.
Yeah, I've got Big Drum. Big Drum is one of my
One of your
rivals.
rivals. Yeah, let's suss out how he's setting up.
Yeah, because he's got Holmes in midfield. It makes a bit more
Mhm.
sense, right? And then he'll have
Mhm.
Parker
Mhm.
and Naz in defense. It just makes it. Oh, he's got Naz in the flex. Yeah, see, that's really good. I like that setup. If you've got heaps like that and you've gone all out,
Mm.
it definitely makes sense. Like for me, I've
Yep.
got DPPs. I've got heaps of DPPs, but none of them make sense. Like none of them make sense to swap around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Agreed. Tom
it's
and bad luck for Tommy on the Brent Daniels front. He's got Brent Daniels there, doesn't he?
oh
So
no, Tommy,
we'll see. We'll see, mate. If
rough.
he's back is hopefully just only a very short absence for Brent for you, mate. Fingers crossed.
I tell you what, I really like this team because there's some pods in there, but they're like really potentially high scoring players, like Noble and Dale.
Mm,
I really like that. And then he's got Geordie De Goey.
yeah, he's been smashing at Geordie. So like he could theoretically, if Brent's out for an extended period, he could trade him out and bring Geordie down. If he wanted to do that, that is. So it gives him flexibility. I can see what he means.
Well, he would have to do something like that because he's got Heaney and Smith to come back onto the field. So he was probably
Yep.
going to do that anyway.
Yeah, I think
But what
he's commented and revealed his plans at this stage. Is Wilkie in? You like Wilkie?
I love Wilkie. I think he's the best pick next week in terms of like price roll. He's like, what is he, 450K or something like that, and
Yep.
can be a one.
With
He can be a
Sinclair
one.
out, I think yeah, him and Naz are just going to wax together. I think.
Mind you, if TDK is announced out, Rowan Marshall for me is hands down the best trade in. Like I brought this up ages ago, just saying like the day I'm just waiting for the day for TDK to go down because if he goes down,
Or either
there
or,
was
man. Like yeah, either or.
there was
But
there was one
Rome's the better
game.
scorer.
There was one game earlier in the season where TDK got injured and he basically just missed the rest of that game, or maybe played forward a lot. And Rowan Marshall went in there and just banged out a huge ton
Yep.
and looked unbelievable. And from that game,
Yep.
I was just like, if TDK was ever to go down, then
Yeah.
Rowan Marshall is straight in.
Yeah,
Um,
you don't you have I remember speaking to you the other day. You haven't done draft just yet, have you? Supercoach draft.
nah,
But I know your focus is classic, but draft is fun. But like quick story on draft. I did in one of my drafts. I drafted Marshall, so I had Gorn and Marshall. Like as I went through my draft, I drafted Marshall with the understanding that TDK was there, the understanding that he'll get forward DPP, and we have a we have a fine system that if you have like 2 rucks scoring, you get like fined, I don't know, like I think it's like $20 a week, something like that. And it goes into a kitty like later down in the season where we just, once the season wraps up, we all spend money in the kitty and we all go out and have a big night. But yeah, I kept getting stung during the buy rounds, in the early buy rounds, because Rowan Marshall was on my bench, and because everyone was on a buy, he kept scoring for me, and really shit scores as well, like 50, 60, 70. And I was like, fuck, like, just because I drafted him with the plan to eventually put him in my forward line, which now obviously that might pay off like much later down the track. But yeah, with the drafting, you get stung by like certain fines. It's a bit of fun, but yeah, I got a soft spot for Rowan Marshall considering he's in one of my draft teams and nice in that forward line. So let's see how he goes.
We should do a Supercoach draft next year with the subscribers. Like
Yeah,
do a league. That'd be unreal. If we can find enough people that
yeah,
were keen.
absolutely. No,
I've never done it.
I agree.
I've never done a draft, but I don't know. I feel like the actual classic just takes up. I don't have enough time to do all this stuff, like
Yeah. I
but I'll
think,
give it
mate,
a
I mean,
crack.
that's a great shout, man. Between now and the start of next season, and I think we'll depending on who's keen to join that, I think it's a great idea. But also maybe just reward some of the early subscribers, such as your Toms and whatnot, and get them in. And then yeah, I think the max for draft. Yeah, I think you do like 18 teams, like run it really thin. But yeah, we can. I think doing a draft will be good, a bit more content, and yeah, even for you to just enjoy it, mate, and get a feel for that type of game.
All right. Well, I reckon let's have that in the pipeline to be doing
Add it to the
a
list.
draft. Yeah. Oh, I'll touch on the other one. I just wanted to touch on real quickly with the
Go
Lions
for it.
game was Chad Warner just absolutely
Oh,
dominating as well.
fuck.
Um,
Chad. The Chad.
man, he looks what
Yeah. Was he ever in your
this.
trade plans?
No, but um, he's obviously a superstar player. He just doesn't get like enough ball against those. Like they play him as like that impact player, right? Like he sort of just rolls through there to get a goal or to push forward. There's something about him that he just doesn't score well consistently, right? He's just one of those players. But then you look at the actual game and watch the game, and I'm just like, well, that was unbelievable. But he just
Yeah, it's more
never seems to
the
score.
impact player. It's not really an accumulator, but impact in Supercoach is what you need. But also, yeah, for him just to get enough ball, and I think, yeah, the last 3-4 weeks he's been unreal. I thought that I was going to round out my forward line with him and Durham. It just so happens that I started running out of trades, so I couldn't get Warner in, unfortunately. But those that went in, I think he's really low percentage owned as well. I think he's like 7 or 8%. Might be a bit high now, considering he's off the buy. It might have gone up to like a 10 or an 11. But I also was concerned how he'd go with Goulden. I think still early days on that mix. Goulden's playing a fair bit forward. But I'll be interested to see how Warner goes the next 3 or 4 weeks with Goulden in the team.
Is he not just the best like running athlete in the league as well? Like when he just gets forward of the ball, he just when he got that we kicked that unbelievable goal and poor Lockie Neal's bloody 55 years old trying to run him down. I
Yeah,
was like, man, and
the
Chad
foot the
Warner's in
foot
like,
speed. Yeah,
mate, he's in like second gear, and Lockie
yeah,
Neal's
the foot
pumping his
speed's
heart
unreal.
out.
He scored
He just
about 3 goals before half time. It was fucked. Like, yeah,
he's
unreal freak.
let's have a look at the Hawks game. So this is what I thought I was going to have a good round after this week because of my GWS players, but Will Day, man, looks supreme coming back. He looks $1 million, 110. Would you fancy a Will Day?
Not at this stage of the season. He's probably one to keep an eye out for start for next season for me in terms of, because I think, yeah, you know how you always that age old saying of starting injury prone players at the start of the season, because that way if they do get injured then it's just the one trade versus the 2 trades. So because arguably if I was to get Day in now and then he pulls his whatever next week, then I've just wasted 2 trades. But those that went in and took the chance, paying off. So well done, and really good buy in terms of his price as well.
Yeah, I think with Will Day.
How about you? Would you go? I think you wanted to go him on Newcomb. I think was it correct? Was I correct in saying that?
Yeah, it was those 2 and Hewitt. They were the 3 that I was picking between. I've gone Hewitt. He scored more than both of them, both games so far. So it's working out so far. But they've also scored really well. I think Will Day is one of those players you pick if you want to make up ground but take a risk. Like if you're happy with where you're at and you sort of want to preserve where you are, you don't go Will Day. But if you want to take a risk to try to make up some ground, he's possibly the player.
He's a send it pick.
Yeah, but he could also ruin your season. So
Yep.
is one of those. It was kind of like Brent Daniels in a way. Like he could make you,
Mm,
you can make up ground with someone like a Brent Daniels, but he can obviously ruin your season as well because he gets injured just like Will Day does all the time. So
yeah, good shout.
I don't know. For me, I just think because if I had more trades, I probably would have gone with Will Day. But because I
Hmm.
have not as many trades, I went with someone like Hewitt, who's really durable, scores pretty well. Um,
Yeah.
Sicily's having an unbelievable season. Like,
Potty.
yeah, I hate Hawthorn. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sorry if we got Hawthorn people in the chat, but like, I just hate seeing them do well. But they're just so good. Like, they are really good. And Sicily's just having a great season, but
Yeah.
fucking pisses me off. Newcomb looks good too. I think Newcomb is benefiting from having Day there. He
Mm,
just has that role that's basically 100% midfield time. He's been really poorly scaled here again. He's been -20 on the scaling, so I don't know what the deal is there.
mm.
Um, is that clearances there? He's had 15 clearances.
Yeah, man, that's really poor. That's unfair scoring in my book, to be honest.
He's had 15. He's had double the amount of clearances of anyone else in the team, and he scored 100. He's been robbed. If I had Jai Newcomb, I'd be pissed, man.
Yep.
Um,
Bang
Apart
on.
from that, Hawthorn don't really have any Supercoach relevant players, eh? Like apart from the rookies that a lot of players have
It's
sort
just
of got. Like,
yeah, the rookies that people have accumulated over the last over the season, just those cheaper ones, the Perez's, McDonald's, etc.
yeah. And then for the GWS, I had a really I was really happy with Whitfield and Oliver, 119, 118. So happy with that. Yeah, you're right, Tom. 14 people watching and only 2 thumbs up.
That's Tom.
Come on, man.
Absolutely, Tom.
Chop us out, man.
Absolutely, mate. Tom's a legend, mate. He's just backs us to the hills, man.
This is the first Sunday I've woken up before 9 o'clock in my life, and now I did it for 2 likes. Are you kidding me? Nah, I'm joking.
Subscribe,
Bunch of
fucking
likes,
whatever
subscribe, do
else.
all that stuff. I'm only kidding. Um, but yeah, Callahan. I feel like Callahan he's had 752 meters gained for 103. He's
Oh man,
34 touches.
fucking
How is that
fuck is
possible?
with your scoring, man? Honestly, he like without looking into it too deeply, like Newcomb should be on 130 and Callahan should be on 140 in my book.
I'll have Callahan in my team next year. I reckon he'll be a good buy if he just keeps floating
Mm,
out these scores. Fontempelli was pretty good, 94. Lockie Ash, 93. Basically played midfield after Brent Daniels went down. So Brent Daniels went down, they pushed Lockie Ash into the midfield.
yeah,
Um, he racked up the ball still 28, but just butchered it a little
super
bit. I'm not
consistent.
I'm not worried with Ash even if he goes into the reason I got Ash is because even if his role changes, he's still good. I
Agreed.
definitely
Like compare him to Blakey. Blakey's a fucking yo-yo, man. So I'd much rather Ash, but yeah,
I like Ash off. Ash off halfback is preferred, but I still don't mind him in midfield. And then probably the next bit of news out of that game, and the big news is Brent Daniels going down
yeah.
on 30. I wonder
Did
how
you
many people have
catch which
Brent
injury? I
Daniels.
didn't catch what the actual injury was.
I think he did. I think it was a calf as well.
Okay.
He had ice on his leg. So
Okay.
I'm assuming a calf. But what did he? So he got brought into 6% of teams. So not many people have. Like, it's still decent amount. Yeah, that's just unfortunate because he was starting to really go well. Mind you, he scored poorly last week, but he's an important player for GWS as well. He's just
Mm,
vital to what they do.
yeah.
Um,
To
so
be
that's
very, yeah, I think he's one to, not to be too harsh on him, but one to probably add to the never again list for a lot of people because,
100%.
yeah,
Like he should have been there already.
the durability.
But let's have a look. This is the game I want to talk about because my boy played in it. Um, this was annoying for me, but obviously good for a lot of super coaches. A lot of guys have Sammy Walsh. So bounce back game, 122.
Let's go, Sammy.
I feel like he actually
Thanks
scored.
for your first good score this year, mate. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
but I think this is the score that he deserves, right? Like I think it's just
Yeah,
I feel like he's played heaps of these games, but just
I
hasn't
agree.
happened to get the score.
Did you watch the Blues game? Like, fuck, Walsh had a lot of it, and damn, he was he was really effective. And then he's like, oh, Walsh has scored 95. It's like, what?
Yeah, Freaky Flute saying that Daniels has had a soft tissue injury to every part of his body. Like, yeah, the bloke
Yeah,
he,
you're probably right, man. To be honest.
he needs to be, wrapped up in bubble wrap. Poor Brent Daniels.
Yeah.
Paddy
He's
Cripps
just, I
is,
think he's just need maybe a forward pocket role. Don't put him in the midfield again.
yeah.
Can't handle it.
Paddy Cripps back to he's just been really consistent the last few weeks. Paddy, he's been
Mm.
really good.
Leading from the front, he's been good.
Then you have Benny Ainsworth, who's getting more of a midfield role. He's like real up and down scoring though. So
Yeah, good for draft owners.
yeah. George Hewitt, really really good, 110. I just feel like he was underscored, but that's just me. Would have been nice for a 120 plus.
How many touches did he get in the end, Georgie?
26. So
26 plus
26
2 goals.
went at 89%.
Mm.
Robbed.
And
That's
to your point earlier, like you mentioned, when the Whips were cracking about who helped, who in the first quarter, he was the difference. He led the boys to that lead, and then they obviously went from there. So yeah, he should have been well scored above that, I think.
robbed. Absolutely robbed. And then
Not salty at all.
no, Jagger Smith 96. So he's proving to be
Oh,
a hold
good
for a lot of
hold.
people.
Good
Mm,
hold.
that's nice for a lot of people. Newman 83. There really wasn't many bad scores for Carlton, to be honest. Dirksen the lowest on
Smashed it.
52. Dirksen did his job for me. That's all I needed. All I
Yeah.
needed was him to do it.
His cash gen's been not too bad as well, so I'm pretty happy with that.
So Big Tom saying, as a new Hewitt owner, can you explain his role and who helps hinders him in the Carlton team? I think
Leave
this
that to you,
this
mate.
one's the easiest one ever, I reckon. So his role, he basically plays as like a negating player on the opposition's best midfielder, but still has the freedom to go get the ball and push forward and kick goals. And he's really effective at that. And who helps and hinders him the most in the Carlton team is Michael Voss. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's Michael fucking Voss, man. And now that he's gone,
Well done.
As soon as Michael Voss got sacked, it was for me. It was green light, and I brought it up in one of my old videos. Even though I didn't bring him in back then, I was like, "Trust me, George Hewitt is going to start popping because he's so important." Like I understand the need in the modern game to get runners, like runners in midfield. You want your Darcy Wilsons, you want any Sammy Walsh, you want all these players that have
Yeah.
outside spread. But
Mm.
if you don't have those players, there's no point putting players in there that are no that can't play that role, right?
Mm.
And
Look
George
at the
Hewitt,
Gold Coast mix, man. Yeah, like so they don't have anyone defensively minded, and they're getting cooked.
I
So
think personally, I think it's the most underrated role in the AFL, and I think the media can skew people, like especially supporters or people that watch footy, to it skews your opinion. But for me, when I look at someone like George Hewitt, I think he's a gun, but just doesn't play the role that the media likes. Like they don't love that player that's the negating player. Like someone like I always refer to someone like Tom Atkins for Geelong. To
yeah,
me,
really undervalued.
I think he's a superstar. Like I think
Mm.
it's so hard to find players that want to play that negating role and play it well and tackle and um, obviously you need players that run forward like Bailey Smith,
Mm.
but though the value of those players in the AFL is really really
Mm.
underrated. Mind you, this
And
is
will
only
never get tagged as well,
like
which
this
is
is
a
only a
massive plus.
Supercoach is a different story. Like they don't
Yeah,
like historically those players don't score as well. But I just outside of Supercoach, I just think those negative, not I don't want to
real
call
life
them
footy.
negative players. Yeah, real life footy. Those players are just so undervalued.
Yeah, agree.
Um, and then for West Coast, it was just
Cooks.
disappointing all around. So no one turned up. This is the most Harley Reid scoreline ever. 5 free kicks, four free kicks away. Against 12
Yeah,
clearances. He kicked a goal. He did everything basically. But yeah, it's the most Harley Reid game ever.
yeah, he's a wild child. I love watching him though. He's really entertaining. He's a gun.
Here we go. Tommy saying that really helps me understand the game AFL better. I played Supercoach for 3 years, but have never watched a whole game of AFL in my life. That's Tommy. That's going to make it tough. That makes it tough to be doing as well as you're doing though, and never watching a game of AFL. Do you have it? Who do you
Yeah.
support, Tommy?
Mm.
Who do you
And is
support?
and a follow-up question to who you support as well is it do you never watch the game because it's boring, or do you don't watch it because of like time differences? It'd be interesting to hear that yeah, as well.
This is the perfect one. This is the perfect comment for me. Freaky Flute, George Wardlaw. Speaking of Tom Atkins, what a gun! He is he's a star, man. Like George Wardlaw is a star, but he's not gonna score well in Supercoach, and he's not. Mind you, he gets the plaudits. I feel like George Wardlaw, the commentators love him,
Yep.
and rightly so, rightly so.
And then yeah, he at the North, it was your Sheasels, it's your LDUs, your Tim McKirch is getting all the gloss, but yeah, Wardlaw's just that he complements that midfield so well because he does everything that they don't do.
Yeah,
Yeah, gun, agree.
and for me, like you look at there was a comment during the week in the media that I can't remember who said it, but I thought it was really good talking about Christian Petrarca and basically saying like you're not Dustin Martin, like you need to
That was
chill out.
Dermy.
Like, yeah, well, Dermy,
Dermy's take, yeah, him and Miller, he showed clips of them, and they were just like jogging.
yeah, and I agree. Like you're not like, and Dustin Martin. If you have a look at that Richmond side that they had, it was Dusty Dusty's never laid a tackle basically in his career. Like he had no defensive at all, but the rest of his team did. So you can have that. Whereas if you got Petrarca, who's trying to do that basically, but have no one else that wants to run back, you're cooked. Like it's just never going to work. Um,
You should see how they go today and how they
yeah.
line up in the midfield. That midfield looks really interesting. Hopefully, your boy
And
too can get a few more mid CBAs.
yeah, I hope so because I need him to. But West Coast, the rest of their players, Herbert did really well, 80 for me. What was nice.
Herbert's the one, man. Yeah.
He looks good. I'm gonna call it early. If if I wasn't so progressed in the season so far, like if I didn't have to trade in to get my premiums now, I reckon when Oliver Franco comes in for West Coast, he'll be the best mid-season draft pick of the season. That's my early
Yeah.
call.
Right.
Like just from watching him play, I watched him play a little bit in the sample and in the waffle now as well. And he's a superstar. Like watch out for this kid will average 90 plus. I'm calling it early. When he comes straight in,
Yeah.
he'll straight in
Right.
average 90 plus.
He hasn't played a game just yet, has he?
No, not in the
So
AFL.
yeah.
If he
Hopefully, he
gets
doesn't play a game at all, and then he can be cheap for next year.
oh he if he doesn't play at all, he'll be a lock. But I reckon he'll play. I reckon he'll play next week.
Okay.
So early one, if you're going to trade, I'd almost take the risk on going someone like Oliver Franco straight in. I
Hmm.
can't. I can't
What
do it because I've
posse is
got no
he
trade.
in the Supercoach?
I think he's just a sole mid,
Okay.
but he's a gun. Tom McCarthy, yeah, piss poor with
Disappointing. A few
68.
people went. Yeah, yeah, exactly. A few people went him. To be fair, as well, I've seen some teams with Tommy McCarthy
I was going to go
taking
him
that
like he
cheap
was.
option for Sinclair. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm lucky I avoided that. And then Bailey Williams, we've already spoken about, but was pretty average. I think some people have Elliot Yo and players like that, but um,
mm,
yeah, that's 53 for Elliot Yo's not ideal.
nah.
What else have we got? Let's go. We went through Magpies, Tigers,
Yep.
uh, Port Crows. This was a good game last night. I loved it. Watching
Yeah, real
what
good.
Port get up against
Man,
how
Butters went hard, man. He played like it was his last show now, didn't he?
he did, and hopefully it is, and hopefully lines up for the Bulldogs next year. Um, Bulldogs and St Kilda in equal amounts for different reasons. Both teams are supported by
Fair enough.
two of the podcast hosts that originally got me into AFL about 5
There you go.
years ago. Yeah, cool.
Love that.
Well, yeah, well, we can get rid of St Kilda eventually from that, Big Tom. That's all good, mate. That's all good. But I feel like, yeah, it'd be really unique, sort of joining a sport or supporting a sport, sort of like developed down your life cycle. I suppose like it'd be really hard for me
Yeah.
to sort of jump onto a sport now. I feel, but
Yeah, agree.
really unique, really unique. Um,
Yeah, don't mind it.
love that. I love that. I'll work on you, Tom, because we'll get rid of that St Kilda part of it eventually. Don't worry. Dusty was the greatest downhill skier of all time. Michael Hibbert owned him because he was thick, strong, quick, and actually stayed on his man. It's laughable how these coaches let gun players roam around. Mate, look, I don't know if Dusty's obviously a superstar, but I do agree that he needed the right players around him to
Yeah, right
if
mix.
anyone ever compares Dusty to like those top two-way players, for me, I always take the top two-way players, and that's why I think for me now, and as much as I like Nick Dacos, obviously I'm biased. So obviously my bias is going to come out in this. I love Nick Dacos, but I'll always pick the two-way players over him. So Heaney to me is way better than Nick
So
Dacos.
good.
He's to me, it's not even close because Heaney does it all. He goes like, and I'm not talking about going back in defense and picking up cheap touches around the back like Nick Dacos does. Like Heaney will properly defend. Marcus Bontempelli will properly defend. Like they do. Zach Butters will do all parts of the game, whereas Nick Dacos is basically an attacking player. So for me, I'm not saying he's not a superstar. He's top 10 player in the league
No,
for
it's just your
sure.
personal preference, yeah, and what you
But
value. Yep.
I prefer those guys that do both. And I think if you build the right team, those players are almost the most valuable though. Like I think if you have the right defensive team, having a Dustin Martin and a Nick Dacos is the cherry on top, but they can't hold up a club. Like I think you can see now Nick Dacos can't hold Collingwood up. Whereas I feel like Butters, Bont, those guys have been able to like Butters is playing with basically no one. Like he's
Yeah, agree.
um
Well, Horn Francis is a nice Robin to him, but
yeah.
yeah, Bont and Butters in the same team. If that's the chance next year, that'll be juicy. And then yeah,
Did you
Ed Richards will get off the chain, etc. So yeah. I like the Michael Hibbert shout out as well by Ben because yeah, old Don's player. He was good. I love Michael Hibbert. He was
what
great.
a pull as well, Michael Hibbard. Um, Horn Francis, this is the most like what a pit. This is 6 tons in a row. I think I could be going early, maybe 5 tons in a row.
It's funny, man. He went like when he was a really juicy price, he went like 70, 70, 70. And people were just thinking, fuck, why'd I trade this guy in? And he's gone 110, 110, 110. Like, just, it's been good since then.
Yeah, I think I'm so happy that I brought him in because he's been just unreal. Joe Richards, my boy, 110.
Yeah, nice.
Happy with that.
Good little
Happy with
pod.
that. He's another one of my boys, Joe Richards. He can. Who else we got? That's probably about it for Port, to be fair. Just got,
Yep,
I got.
agree.
You know who I really like? This rookie here, Josh Lai, has gone under the radar all season. He's a
He's
really
made a
good
bit of
player.
coin too. He's in versing some guy in the classic league. He's got him. He's at like 260 or something like that, I think. He looked
Yeah,
really good last night.
yeah, I like him. Xavier Bammett scored 25, had a really off game.
Yikes.
I still think he'll hold his spot though. I think he's really, really positive for Port Adelaide. I think he does good things.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be too worried
What
about
did
his.
Tom say? Tom said about the game. How much an entire AFL game the cost? Yes, lack of any free to full game. Don't even watch YouTube AFL highlights. They only show you the goals. Yeah, right. So you're based. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, you're doing well, Tom. All things considered, in terms of the restricted content or footage that you can take in. So well done.
Yeah, that's unreal. I'm surprised that like if the AFL want to spread the game worldwide, they should at least have some of last season's full games on official AFL YouTube channel. Also,
Yeah,
videos explaining. That's it. Yeah, that's actually
for
yeah.
sure.
If we're wanting to grow the game and there's no way for this is actually a pain in the ass for me as well. Have you ever had this when you go overseas try to watch AFL
Yeah.
games? It's so hard.
Yep. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Trying to go on all these bloody dodgy websites and it's just clicking through all these pop-ups and stuff. It's no good.
It's not a good
And
time.
what's the harm? Like, I don't know. I don't get the licensing and all that sort of stuff and why it can't be done. But yeah, get it done, AFL. Get it done.
And then on the Adelaide side, Jordan Dawson just does his thing again. 124. What a pick he's been for players.
Superstar.
Yeah, he is a superstar. And another point, he's a great two-way player as well.
Yeah,
Jordan Dawson. I'll take him over Nick Dacos.
can play anywhere as well. Anywhere besides ruck, but
Yeah. Josh Worrell, he was really good coming back from his sickness. Yeah, so yeah, Worrell's been unbelievable. 115. Let's have a look at
did
this.
you hear about the rumor about Worrell during the week?
Yeah, that he
The
was
chat
it?
that Chad Corns.
Yeah, it was
He's like
undisciplined or something.
apparently, yeah. You got it. Yeah,
Yeah, no. Chad Corns, I swear he spins a lot of
he's a
shit.
he's a poor man. So
Yeah, I'm like fuck. Like, but the Corns brothers, their media, they know what they need to do to progress their careers in the media, man. Like they're clever with that stuff. Like
hundred
I don't know
percent.
if they
What
I
did
don't know if they believe half the shit they say.
yeah, true.
He has the
What did Benny
Houston
say?
trade looking now. Noble and Richards and a first. Is that what the deal was? Was it Houston, Noble, Richards, and a first rounder?
Noble to Suns.
Noble to
Yeah.
Suns, Richards,
Oh
and a
yeah,
first.
this is who I guess. Yeah, it's who Collingwood had to give up to get him. Yeah.
God damn
Yeah. Well, Noble's better than Houston, so that in itself,
it. Yeah,
and
and
Richards in a first rounder plus. So
yeah, that's a wild trade. It's crazy how you think those trades like they just like Geelong got Bailey Smith off us for like pick 18 or 20 or something. Like that's just
yeah,
criminal. And
yeah,
we lost Dunkley as well for something similar, like a late first round pick. It's just they're the ones that kill you. Like for me as a Bulldog supporter, like having Bailey Smith and Dunkley gone for like basically pick 20s is just it's
yeah. It's not
brutal.
fair.
You know who had an unreal one? Basically, Geelong got rid of Tim Kelly for 3 first round picks, and then I'm pretty sure they
Mm,
turned that into like Jeremy Cameron and someone else, and it's like, like
masterclass mismanagement, mate. Geelong can't be touched. They're so
nah,
good.
Geelong is the masterclass of the AFL. I was going to go Banks and Daniels, but thanks to you and Shorty, I changed to Anand and DeGoey. So thanks, projected 2000. Man, I'm so glad that you didn't. I would have been so
Job H
upset
man.
that you went Banks and Daniels dead set. I would have
Oh mate,
cried.
yeah, you would have deleted the team after that. Like, nah, good stuff, H man. And Nemo, mate. That's your advice, mate. So well done.
I don't know if I would have suggested DeGoey though, but that's all right. That's all right. You can. That's all right. But definitely, I would have rather DeGoey over Banks and Daniels. DeGoey actually used to own the pub around the corner from my house.
Yeah,
Funny
right.
story. Yeah, so I
There
used
you
to
go.
see him down there. I used to see him down there a fair bit. I'm not going to tell
Which
you
pub was
which it
that?
is. No,
Oh no,
I'm
you
not
can't say.
saying. I ain't
Fair
saying.
enough.
But he's actually a really like he was really good with everyone there. Like I don't know. Obviously, he's been involved in some dodgy shit on the outside,
But
some barley stuff.
good bloke in your books.
He was nice enough to me when I've met them a few times. So shout out
Yeah,
Geordie to
nice.
go. Phil Thorpe, so 96. So he was pretty good on the weekend.
Mm.
He looked good
He
by
was a
the
bit of
eye, like
he was a bit
watching.
of a pod last year, wasn't he? Really cheap, and he came home really strong. Oh, not really cheap. Sorry, he was having a really much better season last season. But yeah, I think a lot of people went in flex last year, and he pumped out some big scores back into the season.
He was like the Josh Tracy of last year.
Yep.
Um, Hugo Hawker Hahn was kind of disappointing, but this is what we expect from rookies, to be honest. Like I'm
Yep.
not as high on Hugo Hawker Hahn as I think everyone else is. Like surely he's going to dish out scores like this
Yeah, he
all the time.
will. Yeah, and for me, it's like I'm trying to. I was considering keeping him on field, and like he'll be like, that's a bit risky. So we'll see what we can do in that regard.
Because the Supercoach content I watch, I think I know the names of 80% of players in the AFL. I also have a decent idea of the role they play, their injury history, how good they are, etc. Okay. Well, I'll give
Yeah,
you
he's a
one
sponge,
more.
mate. He's a
Yeah.
sponge.
Yeah. Just so you know, you obviously know that Marcus Bontempelli is the best player of all time. Then, and
He's gone that far, huh?
he's just a absolute superstar, god of the AFL. But that's really cool that you've been able to pick up that much from and a lot of the content creators really know their stuff. So if you're getting your stuff from a lot of those guys, that I watch them as well, and I always think like they have a really good knowledge of AFL and just how the game's played as well in general.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Many years ago, Dunkley wanted to go to Essendon, but Dodoro wouldn't give up.
Ben, don't bring this stuff up, mate.
Yeah, this is
Oh, PTSD, man.
that's so rough. I'm so happy that you know we got Dunkley for at least that time we had him. We won a flag with him, but then he goes on to win 2 more at Brisbane. It's like far out, like and he's a gun too. Dunkley, he was big.
Dunkley, over the last he's been probably in Brisbane for the last 6 years. He's exactly what we needed, and I think you know better than me, mate. When he requested the trade, did you not leave 2 seasons later, or was it 1 season later? I can't remember. I think it was two.
I
Do you
reckon it
remember
was
from the
one.
top of your head?
I
One,
think it was
just the
one.
next
But
season.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, he's exactly what Essendon's needed for the last fucking 20 years, man. So yeah, thanks, Ben, for rolling me up on this Sunday morning, mate. Appreciate it.
all of that without watching AFL official AFL content. Supercoach has taught me the most. It's crazy what you think about. Bont needs his Brownlow. Yeah, he does need it. He deserves it this year.
Yeah, he'll get a sympathy Brownlow this year, maybe. We'll see.
I hope so. I hope so. I'll probably cry. I'll probably cry if he wins it. Like Bontempelli, you know how Hawthorn like let all their players leave at the end of their tenure. Like you had Hodge, Mitchell. If Bontempelli, I would be so pissed off if Bontempelli does that. Like I never want to see that man in any. As soon as he stops playing, make him the coach of the club. I don't care. Straight away, literally the moment I never want to see Bontempelli. He is my favorite player of all time. By
Yeah.
that goal that he kicked last week, the one hand. Oh my goodness.
Oh, did you see Triple M's commentary on that? That was hilarious.
Oh, I loved it. Daisy Thomas
But
doesn't miss.
yeah, no, not at all. Two quick things on Bond. I watched the video during the week, and apparently there was other teams laughing at the Bulldogs that you guys took in pick 4, thinking it was a stretch. So laugh. Who's laughing now on that? Also, he was potentially touted to go to Collingwood a couple of years ago. They threw some big money at him, and he said no.
He's just everything that I've wanted from like obviously my going for the Bulldogs is a rough time. Like we generally are not very good. And we we're a smaller club and I understand all of that. We needed someone like this. We needed the beacon of the AFL, and to have someone like Bond, I just don't want any other player. I wouldn't want any other player. Like I don't care. He can sign a contract till he's 45 for all I care and play horribly. I don't care. As long as he wants to play for us, he can play for us under the most amount of money and be the cap. I don't care. I just want him forever.
The Bond glazing, mate. The Bond glazing. You're gonna have to change your fucking shorts soon, mate.
I might go get my coffee from his cafe next week, actually, for the pod. Louis joined us. G'day, mate. Love the live, fellas. Just wanted to
Thanks,
grab your
mate. Appreciate
thoughts.
it.
Just wanted to grab your thoughts on Rankin. Couldn't watch the game, but have been holding him most of the season. What happened?
Oh,
You're
you got
saying,
him. Sorry,
yeah,
got him. Oh, I was about like that. Like, don't trade him in. Yeah, my quick thoughts. Yeah, he tweaked his ankle pretty badly. I think it was quarter 2. He did come back on, but was pretty ineffective. If you got him, you got him. Just hold him. But he did tweak his ankle. I think he was out for a quarter. Nemo, I think it was.
yeah,
Did you catch that? It was probably out for a quarter. I think he was on the bench for a little while. I
yeah. He
didn't
was
think
on
he was
the.
coming back. To be fair, yeah. What did you see?
Yeah, he obviously nicked something. I think he rolled his ankle under a tackle. But I think he's only scored 38. Now I think people should start thinking about. I think especially those that have traded in Durham this week. Do you want to have Durham for the rest of the year? Or would you rather wait for 2 weeks for Rankin? Because Rankin's going to be cheap as chips. He's basically going to be Durham price, right? So for me, like that's one thing I'd be weighing up. I'm probably thinking about bringing in Isaac Rankin. I have really low trades, but the most vulnerable position I have is my forward line, and if I have a ruckman go down, I have no cover now that Pahadsky's not playing.
Yep.
Because I use my forward to put in the flex, my bench forward to put in the flex if I have an injured ruckman.
Yep.
I'm really eyeing off Isaac Rankin, maybe as my F7.
F7. Mate, I
F7.
can't even field a full 23. You're talking about F7s.
Well, I just think, and if you're looking to complete your team later in the year, you can have it as an F6. But obviously, it's a really risky move on low amount of trades. But I feel like I've got to take the risks because I'm ranked up there. I want to give it a crack as finishing high as possible.
Yeah, makes sense.
But obviously, I think if you're holding him, you've got to keep holding him. I think, to be honest.
Yep.
That's what I would do. But you're going to have to ride some bumps because he's had such an interrupted season, like through suspensions, through injuries. I think he's had multiple injuries this year, hasn't he?
Yep.
Look, I don't think he's ever going to
If you're going to
get
send
that
it, mate.
consistency. Yeah. I think consistency-wise, not going to be great, but he's always going to have those games where he just does crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Here's a special. Essendon is 1 win from their last 28 games.
I'm getting fucking roasted. I'm
I
getting
love it.
roasted. This is the last time I wear this hoodie, man.
I love it as well. That's great.
I was like, you know what? It's live. Essendon's playing at 3:15. I'll chuck the hoodie on. And then, Ben just twisting a knife, which is, yeah. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it, mate. Thanks so much. As long as we get a number 1 pick, I'll be relatively happy.
It's a tricky one too, because the number 1 pick's like a clear ruckman, basically. And I think
really,
it's a pretty risky, like especially in this day and age with ruckman and how they how the game's changed. I think it makes sense, but pretty good chance of winning today though. Who does Essendon even play today?
North. Rolling up all those North supporters, Benny. Yeah, no. Well, I'm saying no ruckman. Cherry's not even playing ruck the last couple of weeks anyway. It doesn't really make a difference. But against North, I think North will towel us up, mate. So I'm not sure. Not sure why. Good chance, but hey, we do have a lot of troops back. So
we'll I reckon any team with Callum Coleman-Jones in it is a chance to lose. So I think
good call.
I think you can win. I think you can
Good
win.
Call.
I don't think you will win. I still think you'll lose. But
yep,
there's a chance. But anyway, I think that might wrap up the.
Sounds good, man.
The chat. Everyone can sort of get on with the rest of their Sundays. I'm gonna go out for a run. I think for a little bit.
Yeah, nice, man. How many kilometers, mate? How many are we racking up?
I don't know. I normally do time, so I'll probably do about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah, try to get.
Are you training anything specifically at the moment, or just that's what you do
just to get the body moving, mate. Just to get the body moving.
I like it, man. I like it. I'll enjoy the run. I'm gonna head to lunch. I think we're going to a local shop, which will do some paninis. So whilst you're running, mate, I'll be stuffing my face, and yeah, then we'll set up for the Arvo. We'll set up for the Arvo games.
Yeah, mate. Love it. Well, thanks for everyone for joining, and hopefully we can make this Sunday time slot like a regular thing as well. We'll catch us later.
Take care, guys. Cheers. Thanks, Nemo.
See you. Bye-bye.